and Alex.
This is kind of like a second act for you coaching Russ and also Tibbs coaching Derrick Rose now. It's interesting, kind of like, these guys are now in their 30s. You had them when they just came into the league. I'm curious from just your perspective working with Russell, what has been kind of like the one difference that you have to say, okay, this wasn't what he was doing in Oklahoma City. I have to get him to do what now?
Yeah, I mean, it's just different times. It's totally different. I mean, I didn't have 22% body fat then either. Um, I liked my body. I liked it back when I was 42. I think what the thing with both of those guys that you're not teaching them the game. I mean, you're coaching them and you're still working. Um, and they both fought through some tough injuries. Their mental toughness, like a lot of times that we don't give players enough credit, it's extremely, extremely important to their success. They've been able to accomplish a lot of things at a young age because they're tough. They're able to overcome a lot of their surgeries because they're tough and they keep battling. And but their toughness and the other thing that's extremely important, the love for the game. Their contract is not predicated on how hard they play, on on how they want to keep coming back and compete because they do it. And they've both had some things that's happened to them that they could have gone, you know what, it's just not meant to be, but they battle. They're winners. They're two big time winners.
Thanks, Scotty.
Thank you, Chris.
Chase?
Hey, Scott, what went into the decision to rest Brad tonight?
Um, Needed some rest. That's I mean, it's he's this is it's been well documented on all the schedule that we've had the last couple of weeks and the schedule that we're going to have the next couple of weeks, coming up back to back, and then the West Coast trip, another back to back, and then coming back home. You forget about this, coming back home, Minnesota at Boston, back to back after a long West Coast trip, getting back whatever time of the day. But yeah, it's just this is a period that we feel that he can get some rest. It'd be good for his body. He's fought a lot, and he's not hurt. He's just we need to look ahead in the schedule, and that's the way it is. It's not like his minutes they're easy minutes either. It's a physical minute. You have 5 sets of eyeballs looking at him every night, trying to keep him from scoring 35 a game. And he gets to the free throw line because he gets fouled hard. So his he needs some rest, and I'm all for it. I love to have him tonight, but it's also going to give us a fresh Brad, during this tough stretch.
Is it possible that he could be rested periodically this season then, or at least in the next few weeks with so many games?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even gone that far. I mean, we all know Brad loves to play, wants to play every game. We've had that, discussion with Russell on some of the games, and maybe that can change down the line. But we haven't. It's just this game for Brad as of right now. Now, can that change? Yeah, I mean, everybody. We don't know. We don't know how his body's going to feel. These minutes are a lot different than myself and you guys weekend warrior minutes when you play on a Saturday morning pickup game. So it's totally different, and it's going to be. I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. Nobody knows. We haven't even talked about that. But tonight he's resting, and for I think obvious reasons.
Fred?
Scott, a couple of weeks ago, you kind of just offhand mentioned that Brad was feeling banged up. Does this have anything to do with that? And can you get any more specific on what banged up means?
No, his body's sore. You know, we've had we had the stoppage of play, and then you ramp up. It's not like you had the consistency of play and play and play, and then we all had a stoppage of play. And that takes time, and other guys are adjusting differently. We haven't particularly shot the ball well in the last couple of weeks because we've had that time. It takes it takes your body a while to get it used to NBA games. That's why you usually have a training camp. Unfortunately, we've had a short training camp and another training camp in the middle of the season, and it's not the Pacific. I mean, specific. It's just he needs some rest, and I think it's important that he has that. We looked at the schedule, and this is a good game to have. We could have picked another game, I guess, but we have to pick one game, and this is the game that we decided to pick.
Yeah, and just following up on that, conventionally, if you rest a guy, it tends to be on a back-to-back or something like that. Why did you guys identify this one as something that made sense both for him and kind of within the context of the schedule?
They're just looking at the schedule and looking at the past schedule, look at the future schedule, and this back-to-back, it's a little different. I mean, it's a lot different. We have a 1:00 game and a 7:00 game in the same city, and it's our city. So we all know that's unique in itself, having back-to-back in your home arena and then having it at 1 and 7. So it's a little bit different. Those 6 hours obviously are different. So that was probably a little bit to go into that, but we just felt that this was the best time.
Ava.
Hey, Scott, you obviously had a few different options for filling that spot tonight. Why'd you go with Garrison?
He gives us the best chance to make shots. He's one of our best shooters, shooting like 40% when we haven't made a lot of shots from the three. Plays hard. He's earned this opportunity as a two-way player. There's probably going to be another guy that's going to have to step up. I mean, he's not going to come out and, I mean, chances are he's not going to come out and give us 35 like Brad does, but he's going to give us a threat. He's going to give us great effort, and he's going to play. He's going to give him a chance because he plays hard, and he's always seems to be in the right spot with an open shot. And we need shooters on the floor, and DB and him starting. We need some of those shooters on the floor with Russell.
He's so personable with us. What was the conversation like when you told him you were starting, or was he just like, cool, thank you?
You know what? Actually, I didn't even tell him. We told him in front of the group, this is our matchups, and I still haven't talked to him. I know how he acts. He would have just said that. All right, good. And that's his personality is real. Like, all right. I would say, are you kidding me? You're get the start in an NBA game, and I didn't want to put like overly over any more pressure than he might not feel it now, but it is a big moment for him where he came from, undrafted, scrambled to make our team last year, and two-way player, and got good minutes, and this year he's earned the opportunity again, and it's a cool story, but he has to go out there and produce. That's why we're all in this position. But great kid that works hard. I'm happy for him. He's fought a lot to get in this spot.
Playing it cool. Nice, Scott.
Thank you.
Quentin.
Hey, Coach. Over the last 4 games, Davies has not made a three-pointer in the second half, but he's typically started off pretty hot, knocking down 2-3 three-pointers in the first half. Is there anything you can pinpoint as a coach as to why he's struggling in the second half of games from behind the arc?
Well, I mean, the obvious thing you can say, fatigue. Like I said, he's came back from that, and he hasn't shot the ball particularly well, but none of us have. Don't know who our best three-point shooter since we've been back. But yeah, it's gonna come. This guy, I see it every day. It's gonna come, and when it's here, it's gonna be here the rest of the season. We need it. We need it both halves. But he's given us a spark. In Chicago, he gave us a spark in that first half. I see it coming, and He's going to put a couple of good halves together, and then he's going to put he's going to go on a nice little 1 month where he doesn't miss many shots.
And secondly, what maybe concerns you the most about this Knicks team you're playing against tonight?
They got a lot of tough players that can, they got a lot of defensive players that have the ability to score one-on-one. They got a couple of bigs that can block shots, that can go above the rim and catch lobs. They got Randall that can score in isolation. They got Shooter and Bullock. They have point guards that know how to manage their teams. D Rose is, like we talked about earlier. It's a great story that he just keeps coming back and he's not hanging on. He's playing high level. He's a force with his quickness, with his shot making, and the 3-point shooting's better. They got and they're young players. I mean, the draft pick is athletic and can finish above the rim as well. And then RJ, he's been solid and improving, but we got to be able to match their physical toughness.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right.